Welcome back to Auto Vista, where we take a deeper look into the timeless designs and forgotten legends of the automotive world. Today, we're going back to the mid-60s, a time of style, boldness, and pure American craftsmanship, to explore one of the most elegant cars ever built, the 1965 Buick Riviera. Now, this isn't just a car. This is a statement, a bold declaration of luxury, performance, and design. When the Riviera first launched in 1963, it was Buick's answer to the personal luxury coupe market, dominated at the time by the Ford Thunderbird. But by 1965, Buick had refined the formula into something truly special, something that still turns heads 60 years later. Let's start with that design. The 1965 Riviera is often considered the most beautiful year of the model's first generation, and for good reason. Designed under the direction of GM styling legend Bill Mitchell, the Riviera managed to look sleek and muscular without being brash. That razor-sharp body, with its long hood and short rear deck, gives it an athletic stance, while subtle chrome accents highlight its curves without overwhelming them. But the real star of the '65 model year, those hidden clamshell headlights. Introduced for the first time that year, they were neatly tucked behind vertically stacked grilles that flipped open when the lights were turned on. It was futuristic, dramatic, and instantly iconic. You didn't just turn on the lights, you made an entrance. The Riviera rode on GM's cruciform, X-frame, chassis, giving it a low-slung profile and excellent handling for a car of its size. It wasn't just about looking fast, it could move too. Under the hood, the standard engine was the 401 cubic inch, nailhead, V8, producing a solid 325 horsepower. But if that wasn't enough, buyers could opt for the 425 cubic inch Super Wildcat V8 with dual 4-barrel carburetors, delivering 360 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. This wasn't just a cruiser, it was a muscle car in a tuxedo. And speaking of tuxedos, step inside the Riviera and you're greeted by one of the most refined interiors of the era. Everything feels deliberate, from the aircraft-style dash layout to the center console that flows seamlessly between the front bucket seats. The gauges are housed in deep chrome bezels, with aircraft-inspired toggle switches and clean, elegant fonts. It wasn't flashy, it was confident. Buick didn't need gimmicks to impress you. The Riviera was cool without trying too hard. One detail that often goes unnoticed until you experience it is the attention to ride quality. Buick engineered the Riviera with a fully independent front suspension and a solid rear axle with coil springs, delivering a smooth, composed ride that soaked up bumps without feeling floaty. This was a car designed to be driven across the country in comfort, not just paraded down the boulevard. Yet it handled corners with more poise than you'd expect from a full-size American coupe. And then there's the sound. That low, guttural V8 rumble that speaks of effortless power. It's not loud or obnoxious, just present. A reminder that you've got serious muscle under the hood. Driving a '65 Riviera is a sensory experience. The feel of the thin-rimmed steering wheel in your hands, the subtle vibration of the engine through the seat, the way the car settles into a long curve on a back road, it's all part of the charm. But here's where things get interesting. The 1965 Riviera wasn't a mass-market car. Buick produced just over 34,000 of them that year, making it relatively rare even in its own time. And today, finding one in pristine or original condition is a bit like finding a forgotten treasure. Many have been modified, neglected, or simply lost to time. But when you do find one that's been well cared for, it feels like stepping into a time capsule. This was the last year of the Riviera's original body style before a full redesign in 1966. And while the second-generation Rivieras were still handsome, many enthusiasts agree that the '65 was the peak, a perfect balance of design, performance, and prestige. It marked the end of an era for Buick, and in many ways, the Riviera itself. Now, if you're thinking about adding a '65 Riviera to your collection, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, those clamshell headlights. Beautiful, but notoriously tricky to maintain. The motors and mechanisms can wear out or become misaligned over time, so check that they operate smoothly. Also, be aware of rust. These cars were built in an era before modern rust-proofing techniques, and trouble spots include the lower quarters, rocker panels, and undercarriage. But get a good one, and you've got not just a classic, but a rolling piece of art. And that's really what the Riviera represents. It's more than just transportation, it's an experience. A symbol of an era when American cars were unapologetically stylish, powerful, and sophisticated. It's no wonder the '65 Riviera has found a second life among collectors and enthusiasts. It's the kind of car that makes people stop and stare, even if they don't know what it is. There's just something magnetic about it. Whether you're cruising down the highway with that big V8 purring beneath the hood or just admiring the lines of the body in your garage, the 1965 Buick Riviera reminds you of what it meant to build a car with soul. It's not about lap times or touchscreen interfaces, it's about presence, character, and style. And that, my friends, never goes out of fashion. Thanks for watching Auto Vista. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1965 Riviera, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next journey into automotive history. Drop a comment below, have you ever seen a '65 Riviera in person? Maybe you owned one, or maybe it's your dream car. Let us know, and we'll catch you next time with another classic that deserves the spotlight. Until then, keep your wheels turning in your style classic.